Does The Rock say he's clean?
He has implied it pretty heavily, but he also doesn't end up in scenarios where he gets asked point blank, whereas Liver King goes out of his way to fucking lean into it and use it as like a marketing spiel.
The Rock should come clean right now. He should make a video in response to the Liver King video. I need to talk to you because The Rock's been lying.
Yeah. No, yeah,
there's not a fucking chance in hell he's clean.
No.
Not a chance in hell. As big as The Rock is, at 50?
What was wild is he came out, okay, and I get this is like coincides with the message he would want to push too, and I don't think it's like disingenuous necessarily, but it's like he was on a Men's Health interview and he talks about how his #1 priority is longevity now.
The Rock?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, like everything you're doing is like the hyper opposite of that, like in terms of a diet, a lifestyle, potentially, but like the drug exposure to maintain the physique to then do the superhero roles, to do the whatever at his age, like it's clearly not longevity focused. It's very much like, how much can I milk this right now with my brand sort of thing.
Well, we're not, when you're looking at a physique, let's look at a physique of The Rock, like a full jacked Rock. Find The Rock at his most jackety jacked.
He's like pretty fucking peaked in terms of like the last few years. He's definitely like turned it up a notch.
At 50.
Yeah.
That's natural, bro. That's
how could you think otherwise?
Eats a lot of sushi.
Yeah.
But point is, it's like you can't even get there with HRT. That's not HRT.
No.
Like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it's like, is this pro longevity? Like, of course not. And it's
no, he's so massive and he's so different than he was when he was 30.
Yeah, when you're in your 20s and obviously mindful of your image and, you know, you're still working out like a maniac, you're like a top tier. Like, he's a genetic marvel, as is anyways when he was natural. Like,
yes.
So to have all of a sudden 30 years later, like you're in better form than you were in your 20s. Like, it's just fucking obvious, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, this is okay, but there's some better videos of him where it just, you know, shows this preposterous physique that, you know, there's a responsibility that you have to people that are listening to you.
Madonna, you know, they give Rock a hard time. You know, the point is that Rock has never came out and said that he was natural, point blank. You know, he's never been asked, so he's not making the statement. But at the same time, he can't, coming out and for him to say it, I don't know, it kind of does influence kids. I really do think it does. You know, look at what Arnold Schwarzenegger has done. You know, him coming out, being bodybuilder, Mr. Universe, doing steroids, has inspired an entire generation and a generation after that to get into bodybuilding, to take enhancing hormones. I'm telling you, like Schwarzenegger, as an actor, as an athlete that he was, has inspired a ton of people, not just to go to the gym, which is great, but also to get into PEDs. And I think that, you know, The Rock is doing the same. But he's doing the same also by not admitting it, to be fair, because you grow up as a kid, maybe you look up to him, you're like, I want to look like a Rock one day. Well, eventually you're going to get a wake-up call, and you're going to be introduced to, you know, Daddy Tren, and you're like, orale, you know, here it is. And, you know, you're going to hop on the train. You know, I've tried steroids before when I was younger, you know, and it's just not good for you, you know, and not something I would choose. But again, Michael Hearn, The Rock is just too big of a figure, and it's too tied to movie roles. How many actors do you know that have come out and said, yes, I take performance-enhancing drugs, when most of those are illegal in the United States? Like, at the end of the day, you're not going to jeopardize your career. So it's just so weird that on one end, you have to take it to be in these superhero movies, kind of an unspoken rule. Hell, even that Indian guy, what's his name? You know, that's in the Chippendales movie. Even he got on roids. You know, Madonna. But then at the same time, you can't talk about it. And these movies are marketed towards kids. And kids look up to these movies. I'm sure when I was a kid, bro, I wanted to look like Superman when I grow up. I want to be big and strong, you know? And then you'll do whatever. Actually, when I was young, it was Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme was my guy, you know? And a guy was on roids too, you know? So it's just the way it is. I don't know. They give him a hard time. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't talk about it. I would avoid any question. If anybody asked me, I wouldn't say no, but I would get up and leave. I would walk out of the interview. You know what I mean? But at his age, I would have capped it. Now's the time to stop. But I think that now that he's got this superhero wind, and if he's gone with Black Adam, if Black Adam gets a sequel, he's going to continue. And it's going to continue after that. And it may be another 5, 10 years of heavy abuse of steroids to keep up these roles. That's the only sad thing. I want to see the sequels. I want to see the movies. But I know that it's not good for his health for them to continue on, with this high standard of performance that they've set for him and his physique and expectations. So that's that. Anyway, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for watching as always. Bye, Red and So Green.